So hello everyone, good day. I am Jasmine Joy Bermudez and I am here to report the first topic of management and organization concepts. So first, the organization. When we say organization, the group of persons working together for a common goal or objectives, a form of human association for the attainment of a goal or objective, and the process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, defining and delegating responsibility and authority, also establishing relationships for the purpose of enabling people work effectively. So, what do we mean by group of persons, guys, is lahat ng grupo as a member is dapat mag-work sila together para makakreate sila ng goal or objectives. A form of human naman, guys, is dapat is naka-associate ka within the attainment of a goal or objective. Ito naman, guys, is kapag sinabi nating process of identifying and grouping the work to be performed, is dapat alamin natin and alam nung mga kagrupo natin na alam na yung trabaho is dapat alam i-perform, kumbaga. And defining and delegating responsibility and authority, dapat is as a member of the organization, dapat alam natin yung responsibilidad bilang isang uh, member to the group. And establishing relationships for the purpose of enabling people work effectively, meaning dapat lahat is nagkakaisa, merong relationship, hindi lang bilang isang group of persons, kundi bilang isang team. So, yun ang meaning ng organization. Next is police organization. A group of trained personnel in the field of public safety administration engage in the achievement of goals and objectives that promotes the maintenance of peace and order, protection of life and property, enforcement of the laws, and the prevention of crimes. Meaning, lahat ng mga pulis sa isang organization is dapat ini-engage nila to achieve their goals and objectives. Kapag sinabing kasi nating objectives is the task, yung mga kailangan nilang gawin o tapusin. Para ma-maintain yung peace and order, for example, dito sa lugar natin, to protection of life and property, lahat ng ari-arian of life. And of course, they enforce the laws and the preventions of crime. So, this is the example of police organization. Ito yung chief of police, kumbaga, siya yung lahat ng galing yung mga mission nila, pababa dito, dito, and so on and so forth. Next is the law enforcement agency. This agency pertains to an organization responsible for enforcing the law. This may be a special local and a state of police, federal agencies such as the Federal Bureau of Investigations, the PDEA, and pwede rin sa SOCO. It can be used to describe an international organization such as Europol or Interpol. Next is enforcement. Enforcement means to compel obedience to a law, regulation, or command. Meaning, enforcement is important when the law seeks to protect the people belonging, yung mga mahihina, laban sa mga malakas, yung may karapatan. So that to ensure that every worker gets fair wages. Parang ganun yung enforcement, guys. So next is the objectives. It refers to the purpose by which the organization was created. Gaya nung example kanina sa police organization, si Chief of Police is siya yung magre-recommend ng mission or meeting to accomplish. And also it refers to the goals of the organizations. Meaning, an example of objective, guys, is to it's a list of things to accomplish during a meeting. So next is the PNP mission. To enforce the law, to prevent and control crimes, to maintain peace and order, and to ensure public safety and internal security with the active support of the community. So, ito yung PNP mission nila. Of course, ang mga police is ine-enforce nila yung batas, ine-prevent nila yung control crimes para maiwasan ang mga krimen karumal-dumal. And to maintain peace and order. Siyempre, hindi ito mawawala sa batas, guys. And to ensure public safety, yung kaya kanina na protection of life and property. And of course, the support of the community. So next is the administration. An organizational process concerned with the implementation of objectives and plans and internal operating efficiency. And also connotes bureaucratic structure and behavior, relatively routine decision-making, and maintenance of internal order. So, an example of administration, guys, it refers to the control and operation of law, enforcement agencies, and the subsequent discharge of policies that keep the peace, increase public safety, and prevent crime. So, yun yung meaning ng administration, guys. Kailangan is implement of the objectives, lahat ng missions nila, meetings, is dapat ma-accomplish with plans and internal operating efficiency. And structure and behavior naman, guys, is dapat nagtutulungan, wala yung for example, ikaw tapusin mo na yan, ikaw na, kaya mo na yan. Ganun, yung payabangan, wala yung ganun dito sa administration nila. So, next is police. A branch of criminal justice system that has the specific responsibility of maintaining law and order and combating crime within the society. So, ang police, guys, is sila yung nag-prevent ng crime, and sila yung nakikipaglaban within the society para maprotektahan nila tayo sa ating lugar. So, yun yung police, guys. Kasi, a branch of the criminal justice system, guys, is lahat ng nasa system is police. Next is police or law enforcement agency. The process involved in ensuring strict compliance, proper obedience of laws, and related statutes focuses on the policing process or how law enforcement agencies are organized and managed in order to achieve the goals of law enforcement most effectively, efficiently, and productively. So meaning, guys, lahat ng members of the government is organize nila to enforce the law by discovering, deterring, or rehabilitating, and also punishing people who violate the rules and norms that governing the society. So, yun yung police or law enforcement agencies. They manage and also minamanage nila to achieve their goals of law enforcement. So next is the supervision. Supervision means the act of watching over the works or tasks of the members of the organization to ensure that desired results are achieved. Meaning, ang supervision guys is merong taong nagwa-watch over para malaman ng members na active ba siya sa trabaho or sa task yung or task na pinapagawa through the organization para yung result is ma-achieve nila, which is the goals. So next, management. The process of directing and facilitating the work of people organized in formal groups in order to achieve objectives. So meaning guys is dapat yung management is kailangan ng oras, patience para ma-achieve yung objectives na dapat kailangan i-accomplish. Judicious or wise use of resources like manpower, material, money, equipment, supplies, and also the time. So yun yung management. Authority. The right to command and control the behavior of employees in lower positions within an organizational hierarchy. So meaning guys, the authority, control, influence denote a power or right to direct the actions or thoughts of others. And also must be viewed in terms of prescribed rules rather than of individuals. A particular position within an organization carries the same regardless of who occupies that position. So meaning authority rather usually because of rank or office to issue commands to punish for violations, to have authority over subordinates. So yun yung sinasabi ng authority dito guys. And lastly, the hierarchy. Hierarchy represents the formal relationships among superiors and subordinates in any given organization. So, parang next is the serves as the framework for the flow of authority downward and obedience upward through the department. So, ito yung ibig sabihin ko guys na parang ito yung examples ng downward to upward decisions. So, when we say framework, ito yung sinasabi niyang framework sa hierarchy. So, that's for all today, guys. And I hope na meron kayong naintindihan dito sa management and organization concepts. So, thank you and God bless.
I'm Bradley Corpus. I will discuss the management and administrative functions. Management or administrative functions. First is planning. The determination in advance of how the objectives of the organization will be attained. The process of setting performance objectives and identifying the actions needed to accomplish them. Working out in board outline the things that need to be done and the methods for doing them to accomplish the purpose set of this enterprise. By planning is meant to determine who will be which task at what place and who in planning who will going to choose the best out of various alternative objectives, process, policies and programs. Example is sa isang grupo or organization, bago sila gumawa ng hakbang for the goal of their group, is that kailangan muna nilang magplano or make a plan para malaman nila kung paano o ano ang kanilang gagawin to achieve their certain goal or as a group. Next is organizing. Involves the determination and allocation of the men and women as well as the resource of an organization to achieve predetermined goals or objectives of the organization. The process of dividing the work to be done and the coordinating results to achieve a desired purpose. Establishment of formal structure of authority through which subdivisions are arranged, defined or coordinate for the desired objectives. This process establishing work relationship allows works to work together to achieve their organization goals. Ang example naman dito ay every member of organization is assigned to do a work or a certain task to accomplish the mission or purpose of the organization. Next is the directing. Involves the overseeing and supervising the human resources and the various activities in the organization to achieve through cooperative effort and predetermined goals or objectives of the organization. Also called leading. The process of the directing and coordinating the work efforts of other people to help them accomplish important tasks. Tasks of making decisions and embodying them to specific the general orders and instructions. This function involves articulating a vision, energizing employees, inspiring and motivating people using vision, influence, precision, and effective communication skill. An example of this function is that in a group there is a called the leader which is siya yung nagmo-monitor sa mga ginagawang works or actions ng team or organization to fulfill their goals. Next is controlling. Involves the checking or evaluation of measurement of work performance and comparing it with planned goals or objectives of the organization, and making the necessary corrective actions so that work is accomplished as a plan. The process of monitoring performance, comparing results to objectives, and taking corrective action as necessary. Also called supervising. For example, in an organization or sa isang group, they need to check or evaluate how their group work performance goes based sa kanilang objectives or aim as a group or organization. Sa functions na ito ay dito na supervise ang bawat galaw nila for them to control it. Next is staffing. The task of providing competent men to do the job and choosing the right men for the right job. Involves good selection and processing of reliable and well-trained personnel. Filling the organization with the right people in the right position. Recruiting and selecting employees for the position within the team. Dito naman ay na function is that they will select or choose a person that is capable enough in doing to certain tasks or work in organization. Next is reporting. The making of detailed account or object activities, work, progress, investigation, and unusual in order to keep everyone informed or what is going on. In this function, the reporting plays an important role because this is the way to document and present every activities, work or task that may be done by the group or organization. Para lahat ng member ng group ay mayroong alam kung ano na ang nagagawa ng group nila at kung how was the progress development is. Last is budgeting. The forecasting in detail of the results of an official recognized program of operation based on the highest reasonable expectation of operating efficiency. This function is budgeting is not only about money. It may be about time also. This function, an example is that an organization needs to set a time for the accomplishments of the organization. They need to budget their time or establish time management.
Good day everyone, I am Yvonne Bartolome. So for today's video, I'm going to report the principle of efficient management and organizational unit in the police organization. So first is the division of work. So let me read you the definition. Work specialization can increase efficiency with the same amount of effort. So division of work is also known as the division of labor, which means to work hard or hard work. So if you use the division of work as a team, it will be easier for the team to complete the task easily or immediately on time. Always remember that the progress of the team is much easier than to work as an individual. So what is specialization? It increases you to become productive and you will concentrate or focus on the tasks that they are assigned to you. So example, Police Master Sergeant Elijah Montepalco is good at investigating. That is his hobby. So what will you do? Then, assign Police Master Sergeant Elijah Montepalco to investigation team. Then, here comes next the efficiency. So what is efficiency? This is a concentration of your job or loving your job. So if you love your job, you will become efficiency and you will complete the job easier on time. So second is the authority and responsibility. Authority includes the right to command and the power to require obedience. One cannot have the authority without the responsibility. So let me explain first the authority. Authority is the power to take decision, the power or right to give others. It means you have the authority to control the police organization. So next is the responsibility. So your responsibility is to do your duty as a police officer that they assign to you. So it says that this is your obligation as a police officer to do your duty and responsibility. So for example, Police General assign you to patrol the area. So that is your responsibility. Do your duty and patrol that area. Fourth is, discipline is the necessary of an organization to function effectively. However, the state of the disciplinary process depends upon the quality of its leader. Third is discipline. So every police officer undergo a lot of trainings, like seminars and leadership activities. So in that case, that is the process by developing their self-discipline and to become a disciplined police officer. This is a process by attending a lot of trainings and activities. So it will train you to become disciplined and a good law enforcer. Next is the unity of command. Subordinates should receive orders from one superior only. So in the PNP organization, the highest superior is the police general. So the police general will only the person who will give instruction to the police officers. The best example nito ay kapag may emergency. So, kapag may emergency, maraming orders ang naririnig sa organisasyon. So, kaya nga tinawag na unity of command dahil para iisa lang yung command na manggaling to give instruction sa mga police officer para ma-prevent ang contradiction of orders. 5 is the scalar chain. So, let me read the definition. The hierarchy of authority is the order of ranks from the highest to the lowest level of the organization. Shows that vertical hierarchy of the organization which defines an unbroken chain of unit from the top to bottom, describing explicitly the flow of authority. So, ito naman is the information of the top will announce all personnel to the lowest rank. So, dapat ma-distribute yung organization from the top to the lowest. So, dapat kung magdi-distribute ng information dito sa top, hindi ka pwedeng lumagtaw sa baba. Dapat yung highest, yung second, merong tong mga step. Hindi ka dapat lumagpas. So, everybody in the organization, the PNP organization, will flow the information. So, patuloy lang yun na mag-flow hanggang sa marating sa kanila yung information na pinapadala sa taas. Organizational unit in the police organization. First, functional unit. Functional units. The components of the police organization designed to work or perform specific tasks. Bureau. So, let me read the definition of bureau. The largest organic functional unit within a large department comprised of several divisions. So, sabi dito, it is the large department. So, ano ba yung mga executive departments sa government natin? Yun yung mga Department of Finance, Department of Health, Department of Justice, DILG. So, let's take the DILG as our example of the largest department. So, under the Republic Act 6975, the DILG law, there are 3 branches. They are called the tri-bureaus, which are the PNP, BFP, and BJMP. So, there are called the tri-bureaus. So, yun yung tinatawag na bureaus. It is a large department. So, yung DILG, yung branch niya is yung mga tri-bureau. Yun yung bureau na tinatawag. So, etong functional unit is para siyang branches. So, ipapakita ko mamaya sa inyo yung ginawa kong example para dito. So, let's take the Philippine National Police as our example. So, yung Philippine National Police ay meron din branches sa baba nito. So, yun ay tinatawag na division. So, let me read you the definition. A primary subdivision of a bureau. So, yun nga. Ang example nito ay the Philippine National Police Headquarters dito sa Region 1. Like for example, the Investigation Division, Investigative Division, Service Division, and Patrol Division. Yun yung mga example ng division. Tapos, yung mga binanggit kong divisions, yung investigative, designed to work or perform specific tasks. Bureau. So, let me read the definition of bureau. The largest organic functional unit within a large department comprised of several divisions. So, sabi dito, it is the large department. So, ano ba yung mga executive departments sa government natin? Yun yung mga Department of Finance, Department of Health, Department of Justice, DILG. So, let's take the DILG as our example of the largest department. So, under the Republic Act 6975, the DILG law, there are 3 branches. They are called the tri-bureaus, which are the PNP, BFP, and BJMP. So, there are called the tri-bureaus. So, yun yung tinatawag na bureaus. It is a large department. So, yung DILG, yung branch niya is yung mga tri-bureau. Yun yung bureau na tinatawag. So, etong functional unit is para siyang branches. So, ipapakita ko mamaya sa inyo yung ginawa ko example para dito. So, let's take the Philippine National Police as our example. So, yung Philippine National Police ay meron din branches sa baba nito. So, yun ay tinatawag na division. So, let me read you the definition. A primary subdivision of a bureau. So, yun nga. Ang example nito ay the Philippine National Police Headquarters dito sa Region 1. Like for example, the Investigation Division, Investigative Division, Service Division, and Patrol Division. Yun yung mga example ng division. Tapos, yung mga binanggit kong divisions, yung investigative division, ay meron rin itong branches sa baba nito. So, ang tawag doon ay section. So, let me read the definition of section. Functional unit with a division that is necessary for specialization. Tapos, yung section naman ay may branch ulit sa baba. Ito na yung tinatawag na unit. This is the smallest functional. So, let me read you the definition of unit. Functional group with a section or the smallest functional group within the organization. Example nito is yung mga PNP, Investigation Units. So, yung mga PNP natin, sila na yung magkakandak ng investigation sa krimen na nagawa. Like for example, homicide. So, sila na yung mag-i-investigate doon sa crime scene. So, ano ba yung mga ginagawa nila? So, magkakandak sila ng investigation, intelligence, activities, and operations. And then, mag-i-implement sila ng plans and orders and perform the task as directed to them. So, yun na yung duty nila. Geographical or territorial units. These components of the police organization are based on territorial jurisdiction. So, ano ba yung jurisdiction natin? So, ang jurisdiction natin is dito sa Pilipinas. Yung una is POS. So, let me read the definition. A fixed point or location which an officer is assigned for duty, such as designate desk or office or an intersection or crosswalk from traffic duty. POS is the smallest territorial jurisdiction dito sa territorial units. Because this is a fixed location. Doon lang sila naka-assign sa sinabi ng POS. So, example nito is yung mga police station at saka because this is a fixed location. Meaning, doon lang sila naka-assign. Example nito ay police station and traffic force. So, yung mga PNP, police officer natin, ay meron silang naka-designate na kung saan sila mag-duty. So, etong post, ang sinasabi niya, kung ikaw ay na-designate dito sa post, ay naka-designate ka lang sa police station or sa traffic post. Meaning, dun ka mag-duty. Next is route. A length of streets designated for patrol purposes, also called line beat. So, ang ibig sabihin naman nito ay yung mga PNP personnel or yung mga police officer ay naka-assign sila sa isang street at dun sila magpapatrol. So, kung ang isang police officer ay na-assign sa route, dun siya mag-exercise ng kanyang duty. So, ang area na yon, dun siya magpapatrol. Next is beat. An area assigned for patrol purposes, whether foot or motorized. So, yung beat naman is the combination of the route and the beat. So, ang ibig sabihin nun, pareho lang din naman sila ng route. So, magpapatrol din naman sila sa isang street. Ang ibig lang sabihin ng beat ay magpapatrol ka gamit ng naka-motorcycle or maglalakad kang magpatrol. Yun ang ibig sabihin ng beat. Next is sector. Sector, an area containing two or more beats, routes, or posts. So, etong sector naman, it is the combination of routes, beats, and sector. So, tatlo yung sakop niya. So, ang trabaho ni sektor ay tatlo. Doon siya sa post, beat, tsaka sektor. So, mas malawak na ngayon yung trabaho ni sektor. Next is the district. District, a geographical subdivision of a city for patrol purposes, usually with its own station. So, from the word district ay palawak na ito. So, dito sa Ilocos Norte, di ba, mayroon tayong District 1 tsaka District 2. So, naka-divide ito. For example, yung mga police officer ay na-assign sa District 1, dun sila magpapatrol sa area na yon. So, mas malawak na ngayon yung ipapatrol nilang area. And the last one is the area. Ano ba yung tinatawag na area? A section or territorial division of a large city which comprise of designated district. So, area is the largest territorial unit. So, yung area ngayon ay malawak. Like for example, dito sa Ilocos Norte, meron tayong District 1 tsaka District 2. So, yung Ilocos Norte, yun yung area. Sakop niya lahat. So, doon ka naka-assign para i-patrol yung area na yon. So, gumawa rin ako ng map dito sa territorial units para mas mapadali natin maintindihan. So, this end my video. I hope that I discuss my report briefly and I hope you understand it how I discuss. Thank you.
Hello everyone! Good day! So for today's video, I'm going to discuss to all of you my topic, which is the functions in a police organization and organic units in a police organization. So let us start. So before we proceed to our discussion about functions and organic units in a police organization, let us define first what is a police organization. Police organization is a group of trained personnel in the field of public safety administration engaged in the achievement of goals and objectives that promotes public safety and prevention of crimes. Yes po, here in the definition, they are trained personnel. Yes po, nag-undergo muna sila ng training bago maging isang police, ensuring that they are physically fit because they are the one who will serve and protect our community and our country, which is the Philippine National Police. So I'm going to discuss now the functions in a police organization. Number 1, primary or line functions. Functions that carry out the major purposes of the organization, delivering the services and dealing directly with the public. So, ito po yung mga police na mostly na nakikita natin sa ating community, which na nagsaserve sila through patrolling, traffic duties, or crime investigation. Primary or line functions is the backbone of the police department. So, mostly, these police officers has the responsibility for crime prevention and dictation of the apprehension of offenders. So, while doing their duties, sila yung nakikita natin na nakikipag-interact sa mga tao para magawa nila yung tungkulin nila. So, it is very essential that they must maintain their public relation. These are the examples of the line functions of the police. Just like patrolling in their municipality to strictly enforce localized containment strategy mandated by Interagency Task Force COVID Shield, such as mandatory use of face mask, observe physical distancing, and staying at home as an effective way in fighting the spread of COVID-19. Hindi lang naman po gabi sila nagpapatrolya, pwede rin sa umaga, anytime po, para sa pag-maintain nila ng kaligtasan at kapayapaan ng community natin. Another is traffic duties. Police officers are providing traffic direction and control along national highway of their municipality. Nakakatulong din sila para sa kaligtasan ng mga nagmamaneho at sa kapayapaan ng kalsada at pag-enforce rin ng traffic rules and regulation natin. Another is they are conducting initiated checkpoint or the PNP o Plan Sita upon along highways in their municipality. Another function is when there is a crime that has been committed, they are the one who investigates it and apprehend those offenders. Another good thing is they have an anti-criminality campaign, illegal drugs or gambling, likewise the strict implementation and observance of minimum health protocol to prevent its spread in community. They are conducting this campaign. Next, number 2, staff or administrative functions. Functions that are designed to support the line functions and assist in the performance of the line functions. Examples of the staff functions of the police are planning, research, budgeting, and legal advice. So, under staff functions, these are the police officers who support and assist the police officers who are in charge in the performance of the line functions. These police officers are not commonly seen outside kasi may duty sila sa loob ng police station, just like paperworks. They are the one who has the responsibility of planning, research, budgeting, and legal advice. They are designed to support the line functions and assist in the performance of the line functions. So, gaya nga ng sinasabi ko kanina, sila yung nagplaplano kung ano ang gagawin ng mga nasa primary function. Just like the PNP of Plan Sita. They are the one who plan the goals and strategies. They are the one who set all resources into implementation of plans. And the primary function is the one who is executing. Sila na yung gumagawa. Just like yung checkpoint. Sila na yung mismo na nakikipag-interact sa public. And also, legal advice. Just like yung mga may problema, pwede silang lumapit sa police station. Another is kung may ire-report ka, just like blatter. Sila po yung gumagawa nito. Under staff function po sila. Another is budgeting. Under po rin ito ng staff function. Number 3 is auxiliary functions. Functions involving the logistical operations of the organization. Examples are training, communication, maintenance, record management, supplies, and equipment management. So, lahat po ng non-line na hindi under sa staff function are classified sa auxiliary function. Typically, they provide support service of both a technical and non-technical nature to both line and non-line activities. One of the example here is training. So, ba't nga ba importante ang training? Constant training will improve officer conduct but also greatly develop their interpersonal skills throughout the department by improving competence, communications, and confidence. So, the idea focuses on moving the department forward with a foundation of loyalties in its staff and officers. Kasi dito sa training, dito sila nasusubok. Isa rin itong dahilan kung bakit sila nagiging magiting na pulis. Auxiliary function also includes recruitment, selection, training, and supervision. Let's move on to organic units in a police organization. So, simple lang po ito. Yung diniscuss ko kanina is connected sila. Yung primary, staff, and auxiliary functions, so organic units sila under. So, para mas maintindihan natin, ano nga ba ang unit? It is a functional group within a section or the smallest functional group within an organization. So, first unit is the operational units. Those that perform primary and line function, which is this. So, in this unit, they have the major purpose. These functions are known as policing. Ito yung mga police officer na nakikita natin personally na nakikipag-interact sa publiko. Dito sa operational unit is risky yung mga duties nila. Just like maintaining public order and safety, yung kaligtasan natin. Also, enforcing the law and preventing and detecting and investigating criminal activities. So, ang ginagawa ng nasa administrative units ay yung diniscuss ko kanina na staff or administrative function. Sila yung mga police officer na nadaratnan natin kapag pumupunta tayo sa police station. Yung mga personnel na naka-assign sa finance, planning, and training. And lastly, ang pangatlong unit is service units. Ito yung nagpe-perform ng auxiliary functions. So, sa service units, ang ginagawa ng mga police officer is mostly logistical operation. So, kapag police officer ka at ang ginagawa mo or duty mo are involved ang logistical operation of the organization, you are under the service unit. So before I will end my report, I just want to say disclaimer to those photos that has been flashed in this discussion a while ago. Photos are not mine. Credits to the rightful owner of those pictures. So that's the end of our topic, functions in a police organization and organic units in a police organization. Thank you everyone for watching.
Hello ma'am, good afternoon. I'm Nietzsche Agustin from BS Crim 3B-A. So I will report about organizational principle of the 4 primal conditions of an organization. The 4 primal conditions of an organization. First is authority, the supreme source of government for any particular organization. The right to exercise, to decide, and to command by virtue of rank and position. Example of authority: as a person who is considered an expert in his field in a public agency or corporation, with administrative powers in a specified field in a city of transit authority. The power or right to give orders, make decisions, and enforce obedience. So he had absolute authority over his subordinates. Second is mutual cooperation. An organization exists because it serves a purpose. Example, the mutual cooperation is were taught as a virtue between slave. The ministry said the arrangements will also enhance mutual cooperation among monetary authorities, or she expressed by each of 2 or more people or groups about the other reciprocal. And the third is doctrine. Provides for the organization objective. Provides the various action, hence policies, procedures, rules, and regulation, or the organization are based on the statement of doctrines. A doctrine is a principle or group which are taught by a religion or political party. A state principle or government policy, mainly in foreign or military affairs. And the last is discipline, comprising behavioral regulation. Example of the discipline is practice of the training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, using punishment to correct disobedience. A field of study or is training to fix incorrect behavior or create better skill.
Hello ma'am. Hello everyone. My name is Liana Arcangel and here is my report. Organizational structure. It is the systematic arrangement of the relationship of the members, position, departments, and function or work of the organization. It is comprised of functions, relationship, responsibilities, and authorities of individuals within the organization. The organizational structure also determines how information flows between levels within the company or organization. For example, we can see here an example of an organizational structure. We can see the different members of the organization. We can see the CEO, which is the main authority of the organizational structure, and the department heads and their employees. As we can see in this organizational structure, we can see that the authority is from the top, the CEO, and it flows down from the top to the department heads, which the department heads flows the information to their respective employees under that department. Next one is kinds of organizational structures. Number 1 is line. Line is the oldest and simplest kind, also called military. It is defined by its clear chain of command from the highest to the lowest and vice versa. It depicts the line functions of the organization. Orders or commands must come from the higher level of authority before it can be carried out. It also involves few departments. For example, line organization structure. As we know, line organization structure is one of the simplest types of organizational structures. Its authority flow from the top to the bottom. As we know, unlike other structures, the chain of command is from the top, and each department head has control over their departments. Number 2 is functional. Functional is the structure according to function and specialized units. It depicts staff functions of the organization. Responsibilities are divided among authorities who are all accountable to the authority above. It is based on levels of hierarchy that include different departments under the direction of designated leader. For example, we have here, a functional structure divides the organization into departments based on their function. Each is headed by a functional manager, and employees are grouped as per their role. For example, as we see here in this picture, this organization is divided into different departments, and under those departments, they have employees that have specific roles in this department. The manager have experience in the roles they supervise. This ensures that employees are using their skills effectively, and it helps the organization in achieving their goals. Next one is number 3, line and staff. A combination of the line and functional kind combines the flow of information from the line structure with the staff departments that service, advise, and support them. Generally more formal in nature and has many departments. A good example of line and staff is the PNP organizational structure. In a line and staff organization, both the line managers and the staff have their own important roles to play. In this structure, the authority flows from the top to bottom. The line manager, or in this example, the chief PNP, he is the one with the authority and to make all the important decisions on the organization, and he is also responsible for these decisions and the performance of his employees. The staff is the expert in this scenario. They have the knowledge and expertise of their field and are to assist their line managers, and they have an advisory role in the organization. As we can see in the PNP organization structure, the chief PNP or the line manager gives all the direction, and it has the authority, and he gives his decisions to the staff, and the staff of the different departments or the leaders is expert on their respective fields, and the staff also becomes an advisor or advises the chief PNP on his decision if it helps the whole organizations or not. Next one is organizational chart. It is an illustration in the form of a chart which represent the organizational structure, the mechanical means of depicting by an arrangement of symbols the relationship that exists between individuals, groups, and functional relationship between groups and individuals, clearly defined to ensure accountability and compliance. For example, is this company organizational chart. An organizational chart is it visually conveys a company's internal structure by detailing the roles, responsibilities, and relationship between individuals within an organization. For example, here, the top person is the president, and below the president is the department heads of this company, and below these department heads is the employees which is under that specific department. The purpose of this organizational chart is to represent or illustrate the relationship and chains of command within the organization. Employee names and titles and the job or positions of such people in the organization are depicted in boxes or circles within lines linking them to one another. By looking at the company's organizational chart, people can gain a quick understanding of how the organization is designed, its number of levels, and where each employee fits in the organization. And that's it for my report. Thank you for listening. And now, on to the next reporter.
Hello guys, I am Anton Jun Mark from Crim 3B-A. So, ang topic ko naman guys yung elements of police organization. So, the first one is unity of command. It dictates that there should only be one man commanding the unit to ensure uniformity in the execution of orders. So, sinasabi niya dito guys na dapat is iisa lang yung nagko-command sa isang unit. Kumbaga yung team leader lang yung nagko-command sa kanyang mga subordinates. Just for example, dito sa police station o sabihin na natin na dito sa Pigdig Police Station, yung hepe lang yung nagko-command sa kanyang mga subordinate officers. So, pag sinabi niyang mag-conduct kayo ng checkpoint dito sa lugar na to, is yun yung nasusunod. So, next naman guys, yung span of control. The maximum number of subordinates that a superior can effectively supervise. So, ang sinasabi niya naman dito guys is kung gaano kadaming mga kapulisan ang kayang isupervise ng isang superior. Yung chief of police ba natin, si Major General de Bolsinas, kaya niya bang isupervise effectively lahat ng mga kapulisan dito sa Pilipinas? Of course no, kaya na-establish yung Police Regional Office pababa hanggang sa Police Provincial Office hanggang sa Municipal Police Station. Kaya yung mga hepe, sila na yung nag-supervise effectively sa kanilang mga subordinate officers. Dahil syempre mas mababa or mas maliit yung kanilang sakop na kapulisan. So, ano nga ba yung mga factors that affecting the span of control? So, unahin na natin dito guys yung leadership qualities of the supervisors. So, kung yung hepe is nasa kanya na talaga yung being a good quality of a leader, is mas supervise niya na talaga effectively yung kanyang mga subordinates. Pero kung siya is patulog-tulog lang sa kanyang opisina, malamang sa alamang is syempre hindi niya na kayang or ineffective yung supervision niya. Meron din dito guys, nature of the job and work conditions, kung gaano kahirap yung mga jobs and works nila, complexity of task, and education and skill of the employees. So, dapat rin naman na yung mga subordinates ng hepe is alam nila yung mga ginagawa nila. Skillful sila sa kanilang mga specialist. So, next naman guys, yung delegation of authority. Conferring of an amount of authority by a superior position to a lower level position. So, ang sinasabi niya naman dito guys, yung hepe is binibigyan niya ng authority yung officer of a lower level position. Just for example, yung hepe, sasabihin niya sa kanyang operation lieutenant na ikaw na bahala mag-conduct ng checkpoint or patrol. So, yung operation lieutenant is meron siyang authority para mag-conduct ng patrol or mag-conduct ng checkpoint. Next naman guys, yung hierarchy of authority. This is the relationship between the superior and his subordinates. So yung superior, siya yung magko-command sa kanyang mga subordinates at yung mga subordinates naman ang gagawa ng kanyang kino-command at gagawin nila yung kanilang mga duties. At syempre, hindi na rin mawawala dito yung kanilang respect sa kanilang superior by means of salute. So next naman guys, yung specialization. The assignment of particular personnel to a particular task. So, meron tayo ditong specialization of task. Dito yung areas of specialization. The designation of certain activities or tasks as ones that must be performed in a highly technological, scientific, or precise manner. So, sinasabi niya naman dito guys is bawat police is meron siyang specialist, kumbaga. For example, yung mga pulis na madaming koneksyon, yung magaling magkalap ng informasyon, is sila yung mga intelligence or undercover. O kaya naman yung mga pulis na magaling sa investigation, is sila yung magkakandak ng crime scene operations. Tsaka meron din ditong legal advising, mga magagaling mag-counsel. At computer work, yung mga graduates ng mga computer engineering at mga ICT na ginustong maging police. So, ang specialist nila is computer works. Meron din tayo dito guys na specialization of people or yung specialist. The designation of particular persons as having expertise in a specific area of work signifies the adaptation of an individual to the requirement through extensive training. So, ang example dito guys, yung mga fingerprint technicians. Alam naman natin guys na mahirap maging isang fingerprint technician dahil madaming training at seminars at pag-aaral bago nila makamit ang pagiging fingerprint technician. Ganun din guys yung mga special action force o yung SAF na sinasabi natin na kung saan is mahirap yung training nila para maging isang SAF officer. So next naman guys yung chain of command. The arrangement of officers from top to bottom on the basis of rank on position and authority. So that is an example of chain of command guys. So yung hepe, yung siya yung nasa taas, yung susunod sa kanya yung operation lieutenant, tsaka yung support service lieutenant. So, ang pababa lang ng pababa yan guys hanggang sa patrolman, patrolwoman, hanggang sa pinakababa guys. And lastly, the command responsibility. It dictates that immediate commanders shall be responsible for the effective supervision and control of their personnel and unit. So, ang sinasabi niya naman dito guys, dapat yung hepe, yung superior, is responsible siya sa mga kinocommand niya at dapat is effective yung supervision niya sa kanyang mga subordinate officers. And dapat is meron siyang control sa kanyang mga personnels. So, yun lang guys yung discussion ko for today. Salamat sa panonood.